And now getting to our first album review with Jorja Smith's "Falling or Flying." In her new sophomore album, this contains some of her best songs, and her voice stands out in many moments. The album highlights kind of the unknown between falling and flying, and knowing what's destined for her. And I mean, I really enjoyed this project. This is one I've been going back to a lot. I feel as though I like the gap she took between her first album, Lost and Found, and this one. I feel as though even looking at some of her interviews, she's really matured a lot. There's a lot that she's learned throughout the process of making an album, and even the EP that she put out in 2021. What did you think about this project, and just some of the main takeaways?
I do hear the maturity of her voice, the writing. Um, I love I can hear the confidence. There's more up
So
tempo
there,
beats and more. I mean, I thought it was an okay project. I didn't really like love it. I didn't really love the project, but I do think it had some highlights. Like it was certain. I love how they put the album together. It flowed well. There were
sequencing was
some like
great.
yeah, sequence was great. It was a lot of punches, like heavy hitting punches. But I thought some of the songs were a bunch of jabs. I thought she could have like there was certain
It
songs I
cut
thought
off
she
early. A lot of a couple of the songs really cut off like 2 minutes, and I was like, man, I wish I could hear like more of this song going into. It's like it just was like a cutoff point when I feel as though maybe a couple of them could have been interludes.
yeah, and it could have like because it was just getting into the nice feel of the song and then it ends abruptly, and I think that kind of takes away from the listener's experience. Certain songs, obviously, you can do short songs, but it has to be it has to be designed a different
Constructed a
way.
different
Yeah,
way.
constructed.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be able to do that. So it won't take away from the listener's experience. But I do think I do hear the confidence. I do hear the maturity. It was 16 songs. I thought it wasn't too long. It was a nice set of songs. There were only like five real songs that really stood out. Broken is the man. Falling or
That
flying.
was
I really
fire.
liked. Try me was a good intro song. I love the boom boom like
Yes,
the
get
that was
into
a
it.
heavy yeah that was those heavy punches. Those was coming uppercuts. Those was Mike Tyson. That's a Mike Tyson type of hit song. So, but I heard a lot of. I didn't hear many single songs. This was a full like it was a lot of album songs.
I feel like that's why I like it so much. Is I really like the compilation of album songs. Like to me,
Yeah.
this is one where I was just like, I'm not skipping a lot on this. I'm really not skipping. If I'm listening to this album, I'm listening to it
Just
from track.
yeah.
I love that, and I was like, man, she really constructed this so good, because she even said in one of her interviews that she gets so stuck on one song that it takes a long process for her to like do multiple. She's like, man, I just get so fixated on one song for such a long time that it's really hard for me to think about what's the next song. And I feel as though, she's locked in on each song, so it really
Yeah.
compiles together so well. It doesn't feel like it's meandering.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. Excellent point.
Absolutely. And now getting to our next review with Cleo Sol's Gold. In her second album this year, her
Oh,
soul is kind
Cleo
of
Sol.
bearing honesty, general compassion for the roughness and guidance as her younger self speaks to generations doing their best to do their best. Man, like Cleo Sol she's been active this year. She dropped Heaven a couple weeks ago in September, then drops Gold. Um, Gold is gold. It's like she is the musicality. She's on a different tier. Jamil, he was talking about how he feels like this is one of his album year of the year contenders, and I think it is definitely going to be up there in some of the music I'm going to keep listening to throughout the year. Um, I don't even really know what else to say about her. She thinks differently. I feel as though she's in a different space of song construction, and she's gaining popularity. People are really starting to,
Yes.
to recognize her more.
Yes. What a jump from heaven to this.
This was so much better.
How do you how do you do that in the same year?
The same year in a span of a few weeks. It's not even like one of those like, oh, I drop at the beginning of the year and then the end of, no, it's like literally in a span of a few weeks he drops this.
This is a concise project. 10 songs.
Our
Straight
perfect album.
gold. Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
scope stream album.
Yeah. This is nice. This is beautiful. This was beautiful. Like her voice is amazing. Her writing ability.
Yeah.
Like you can't, yeah, it's literally you get one project and it's really good. And then you give us she's in a pocket. She's in a nice pocket. And she's gonna be at the Grammys. If she's not at the
She
Grammys,
is.
something's wrong.
And because I do want to, she doesn't really get she doesn't do a lot of media. I think, at least I haven't seen any interviews she's done, but I would like to see just see some of her explanation of this. Like, because in the last couple of years, I mean, the Mother album is still, obviously a great, just a great body of work. And then this one with what she does, and even I'm not trying to downplay Heaven at all, but Gold is such a huge jump. It's just
Yeah,
undeniable how good. Like, this is one of those, man. I heard one of, like, when you finish this, I was like, man, I heard one of the best albums this year. It has to be. Like, there's not gonna be a lot that can outdo this. So I really do want to see kind of some of her media notoriety go up and just some of her explanation for these projects.
yeah. And I'm wondering why she doesn't do much media, because I'm
Yeah,
sure that's how you get exposure. That's how
that's how you
your
get
marketing
exposure. Yeah,
is. Yeah. So maybe she doesn't want that. I don't blame her. Like, I think we talked about this. It
yeah,
was like, she can go to the store, she could go to Publix,
yeah.
she can go places and do things without
Isn't
being
that kind
like,
of the dream though? Like, that is kind of the dream, because like, it's like if you're able to do this, do it your dream, and
yeah,
still kind of keep that like secrecy, because we know like the artists who don't have the secrecy and it just drives them crazy. If you're able
yeah.
to keep that, that kind of is the dream in a sense. You know what I mean? So
Like,
I feel as though like that's the perfect balance.
yeah, for sure. To be able to do great music, be recognized for it, but not to recognize that you can't
Yeah,
have
can't go to the
a
store.
more simplistic life. Yeah. Because, I mean, going to the store, it's not like, oh, they can go. No, there's some people that can't leave their house without
Oh
pictures taken, or somebody like that gets taxing, man. You don't want that type of life. But this is what's involved in music. But I think she has a good balance of, I'm popular enough, but I can still live a simplistic life.
no, for sure. Um,
Oh,
is is what's like the favorite your favorite project that you like that you ever heard from her, like in terms of these last three?
Gold. I really like Gold.
Gold is fire, man.
Heaven was Heaven was, excuse me, Heaven was more jazzy. This one was more soul, and it really resonated. I loved it. Like, you don't skip a track, play it
At
through.
all.
Yeah, it was really tasteful, really really dope. And her, you could just get lost in her voice. It's so distinguished, so unique. Nobody sounds like her. Can't mimic her. It's like Luther Vandross. He did a lot of covers, but you can't mimic his voice. You can't sound like him. You can't
At
take
all.
his sound away. It's
He's
just Cleo
different.
Sol is the same. Yeah, different.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, she's one of one, and I'm a little, because we always have those
Excuse me.
artists that are for that we know, like, oh man, like this is like those exclusive. She's becoming like, she's starting to branch out. People are starting to be like Cleo Sol, Cleo Sol. So I feel as though this is the year she's taken off. Every artist has that year they take off.
Yeah.
This has kind of been the perfect year for her to take off. And now getting to our next review with Lil Wayne's the Fix Before the Six. And this new
Oh
mixtape
shoot.
before the Carter Six drops. It's I believe it has 10 songs on it. This was, man, I had high expectations, not high expectations, but I was, after the features he was doing, I was thinking like, man, like he's gonna put something together really dope. And it was, I didn't like this, man. I did not like this. I feel as though the songwriting was just kind of, it just was inconsistent. The production just got repetitive. It didn't sound like focused Wayne. It sounded like he was just meandering. And after hearing some of the recent great music that we've been hearing, getting to this was like, this was just so annoying to like have to go through. So I'm like, I've been hearing great music, now I have to listen to this. This doesn't even sound like,
Jeez
sound like,
Louise,
I'm
Wellington.
sorry, man. I'm so, this was not good, bro. This was not good.
Yeah, this was
I hate
mid.
to go in on this. I really do. I'm gonna let you go. But it was just mid to
Nah,
me. It didn't
you're
sound inspired.
right. You're right, bro. This is mid. This is not Wayne. And I think it's his right. Well, technically that's still writing, even though you don't use paper, because
Mm.
just, whatever. I don't want to get into that whole
I wrote
whole thing.
that.
Probably it's still
Okay,
writing, regardless of if you
whatever.
writing it down or not. What did it? Okay. I thought this was mid. I thought his rapping was outdated a little bit. The production did get repetitive. It sounded like how Young Thugs and Gunners, it just gets repetitive after a while. It's the same thing. Doesn't, like you said, it doesn't sound like he's focused. But yeah, all the little features and other stuff he's done, I'm like, okay, yeah, Wayne is overdue for an album or a project to drop. This is not it. This is this is not it. This is not the Wayne that we consider one of the greatest. Yeah, this was yeah.
Because
I didn't like
right when
this.
I finished the last song, my the Spotify shuffled into "Never Die" with Nas and Wayne. I was like, this was the Wayne I was wanting. I
Right,
was like, why
yeah.
are you teasing me like this, man? Because you've been on a Nas project, Tyler the Creator. You were on
Yeah.
Drake's CLB. You've been doing active stuff. Like you've been owning features, and now it's just like, and I know he's still got to drop the Carter Six, so maybe this was like
A T.
maybe this was a tease, but this was a bad tease. I mean, this was a bad tease, man. At least give us a good teaser, bro. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
I didn't enjoy this.
Before Drake dropped CLB, he gave us Dark Lane demo tapes, and that was music we could still vibe to. So I mean, this was
It
like,
drops. Here it goes again. Drake always finds a way to get in our
oh man, my bad,
conversation.
my bad. Oh gosh,
He
okay.
dropped. No,
God.
I'm about to say he drops tonight. I'm ready for that. He drops tonight, bro.
Did you were you able to hear the 8 a.m. song he did, the 8 a.m. in Charlotte?
No, I saw the little video on his
Yeah,
Instagram with him
it
talking
was.
to
You should check it
Adonis.
out. You should check it out. He does a Conductor Williams beat, one of the Griselda people. He raps. So it was.
Is it out or he just put on the
It,
Instagram?
it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. He didn't yeah, it's on his Instagram and YouTube, but he just didn't put out officially. So
Was was it
he was rapping. he was
was it okay? Okay,
he
I'm
was
gonna
rapping.
listen
He
to
had to
that.
get himself get off his chest.
Okay,
But getting into our next review with Nick Grant's Sunday Dinner. This new album is packed with just a lot of substance. It's reflective and at times contains solemn depth plus realistic optimism and strong opposition. Man, this album is one I've been really stuck on. I think Nick Grant, he's able to get into different pockets. The production is so good. His lyricism is there. The features were solid. I know I keep saying about their album of the year contenders. This is another album of the year contender. I think the sequencing and the theme of the album was really solid, and everything. The production was high level. The lyricism was high level. He almost has that like Kendrick voice sometimes, where he can meander into like almost a jazzy type of flow at
the
some
word of the
points.
day.
I don't know.
See, you
Why
be
do we
getting
always
me.
get stuck?
You
Yeah,
be
we
getting
we
me.
always get nah.
Meander,
He's right.
meander.
but but man, that I really like this album. I thought it was one that was thought out really well, but also the
Yeah,
production matched what he was trying to say.
I don't know about album of the year, but I did enjoy this. This was a really good album, and I was afraid that he was going to get into that mode of just not being versatile.
Right,
And man, he's so versatile. He can
so
switch it
versatile,
up when he
bro.
needs to. The hooks were really really good. Some of these hooks, I was like, okay, what song was it? I think it's "Know Your Worth." Drum, I said that's my favorite track.
Bro,
It's my favorite track. Buddy was rapping his butt off in the hook. Like it was just a nice. I know he's not from the South. He can't be from, but he sounds like Outkast. He sounded like
he's been influenced by those guys for sure.
yeah, Goody Mob a little bit.
Mhm.
Like I was like, yo, this sound like Outkast. Like,
I
yo,
mean,
this dude can really rap.
Sunday dinner is a Southern title though. That's a
Yeah.
Southern
He
title.
might he might be from the South. Cause I mean
Is he? He's getting his
that's
hair. He's getting his hair cut. He got like the catfish dinner.
yeah, I saw that. Like
Get the taper.
yeah, he looking weird. Like he just saw something. Like somebody got shot. Like what? But no, I really enjoyed this one. That was by far my. He has some other bangers on here, but that was by far my favorite song on this track. I mean, on this album. But yeah, nice album, versatile. Beats were amazing. I don't know about album of the year,
I
but
know. I'm saying my
it's
personal, like one of my personal
yeah,
favorites.
right,
Like
yeah,
Cleo Soul's Gold. That's like an objective. Like, yeah, this has to be
right.
album of the year.
P
This,
Diddy's
yeah, I was talking about
yeah.
that's up there. I'm talking about one of my personal favorites so far is this album. It's just a straight run through overall. And getting to our last review with Lil Yachty and J Cole's The Secret Recipe. In this new track, kind of fueled by a jazzy beat that never. I'm not gonna say jazzy anymore. I'm gonna stop saying jazzy. Anyways, this.
No. Oh, go ahead.
But they both take turns rapping long clip free verses, and J Cole to me has a really we have been knocking some of J Cole's recent work, but bro, this I don't know what I hope he didn't hear our clip. But man, he sounded agitated. He sounded like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys forgot. He is
Yeah.
one of the best. He's still one of the best, man. He's one of the top three. Obviously, the wordplay, the punchlines, everything was masterfully done. And I think when it comes to Yachty, there were bars in there. I was confused at why he started the verse sound like he was out of breath. It's hard for me to listen to it because it feels uncomfortable. I'm like, why did you start the verse like that? Just breathe.
Just trying to be different.
Yeah, but
Regular.
This rap, man.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. If he would have just rapped
first
in a
half
regular,
wasn't bad. The second half was just like, okay, you just
height,
it's hard.
It wouldn't be right. Oh, my nephew could run over.
I got so bad.
Why did you end it? I'm sorry.
It's so hard, and that goes to show you how hard it is to actually write, bro.
Man, it's tough.
You could start off really fire, but it matters beginning to end of your verse. Yeah, you got lazy and like kite, but it's like, all right, bro. All right, J. Cole, come on. All right, bro.
J. Cole. All right, cool effort.
Right, because even in that. Right, even in that little muddled voice, I was like, okay, he's still rapping his butt off a little bit. You're talking about like I ain't switched the culture. What he did, we got to give him his flowers.
For sure.
He did kind of like give rap a new. I think he started that mumble rapping, different style of rapping that we normally didn't see. And like I think it was like 2012 to 11, whatever. Like I think he was in that. Yeah, but we gotta give him flowers. But you gotta write better, brother. Come on. You got to write better. But this bar, it might be, just like a travel pillow. We at your neck for the way you slept. It's like, J. Cole.
Yo.
Welcome back, brother.
Welcome back. You have been missed.
Yeah, bro.
Hey,
that's a bar.
I don't have anything to say.
That is a bar, sir. Yeah. That was a master verse.
Yeah. So many witty lines. And that's what and this is what I wanted to say. This is what we meant about we know what J. Cole can do. This is what we meant.
Yes,
we're not trying to put him down a notch. No. He's one of our favorites. He's always been one of our favorites.
Yes.
We're talking about the tracks. Just listen to the tracks you heard earlier this year and listen to that one. That's this is the guy we expect.
There's a standard.
Yeah.
He's been put in the same realm as Kendrick Lamar and Drake, which I love the line he said.
Not quite the Drake effect.
Yeah, not quite the Drake effect, but bro.
You guys still gotta respect me. You still gotta respect me. I've been around.
He's last 10 years, he's considered one of the best rappers
in
this time. So there's a standard. Even if you're doing a feature, there's a standard that we J. Cole needs to meet every time he raps. Because if you're considered one of the greats of the past 10 years, I don't do Kendrick. We put him on like there's a standard. If he doesn't meet it, like the one with Baby Keem, I didn't like it. Like we're fair. Full Scope Podcast is fair.
Always.
We're connoisseurs of music, of rap, true rap. So we're gonna hold everybody who's there to the standard at which they should be. We're fair here.
Definitely.
Fair. Full Scope is fair.
I endorse that. I endorse that message.
Don't cancel us, okay?
Don't cancel
us. We're fair.
We're getting a lot of people are saying, man, what are you guys talking about? Where are you? I was like, okay, all right. You guys love
So you telling me Passport Bros verse was fire. Get out of here.
This showed us we were right.
The verse with him and Gucci Man. You think that?
Nah. Come on. We know the real. Brother. We know the real. We're going to take a quick break when we right back with our Coming to America review.